Arthur was a motel owner with aspirations of transforming his motel into a hotel. However, after an encounter with a young woman in need, Arthur learns a thing or two about compassion. Arthur was the owner of a small motel he hoped to take to greater heights in the future. His motel was his pride and joy. Unfortunately, it tended to fuel his pride more than provide any joy. The image of his motel meant everything to Arthur. He considered it one of the best and more prestigious motels in the region. His hope was to one day transform it into a hotel, and he believed that the upcoming motel hospitality competition was his ticket to the big leagues. The Motel Hospitality Competition was a prestigious annual competition that allowed those in the local motel industry the chance to expand their business. Arthur had applied for this competition and was waiting for a commission. Winning an award at this competition would allow him to sell his services more, and he could see himself eventually turning it into a small hotel really soon. One day, Arthur came across his motel manager, Danny, dealing with a woman, Jessica, who desperately wanted a place to stay for the night. Jessica was drenched from head to toe from the rain outside, and the temperatures were incredibly low that day. "What seems to be the problem here, Danny?" Arthur asked his manager. Before Danny could reply, Jessica chimed in, pleading sincerely. "Please help me, sir. I desperately need a place to stay for the night. I'll accept anything you have. I don't have money on me." But Jessica began before being stopped dead in her tracks by an unconvinced Arthur. "You don't have any money?" Arthur crudely asked. No, sir. But I'm sure we can arrange something at a better time. I just need a place to lay my head for the night," Jessica pleaded. "This is not a charity or homeless shelter, ma'am. It's a business. You can't pay. You can't stay," Arthur barked. "Please, sir. It's just for a night. I'll be gone first thing in the morning," Jessica begged. "Danny, call security and ask them to show this young woman to the door," Arthur coldly snapped as Danny beckoned to the nearby security guards at the door. "Sir, please, I'm begging you." "Just one night," Jessica pleaded as the security guards approached her, ushering her towards the door. "Goodbye, ma'am. Come back when you can afford a room," Arthur coldly said. He then turned to Danny, who looked on at the poor lady, feeling for her. "And you. Make sure everything is perfect for tomorrow. I don't need to remind you that the jury for the competition will be here, and we can't afford to have anything out of place," Arthur said. Yes, sir," Danny hesitantly responded. The next morning, Arthur had just finished doing the last round of inspections with the jury for the competition. Arthur was incredibly confident that he'd done exceedingly well. The jury seemed to be satisfied with his motel's performance. Arthur moved closer to the stage to ensure his eyes weren't deceiving him. On the day of the awards ceremony, Arthur was pretty anxious. He wished the whole process could speed up so he could claim his award. His biggest competitor was also in the competition, and the longer the event took, the more he worried about them Arthur became. He was fairly confident after the inspections. However, something didn't sit well with him for some odd reason, and the longer the event took, the more uncertain he began to feel. Arthur nervously pulled one of the jury members aside to ask what the holdup was. The awards ceremony should have started a while back, and this was beginning to unsettle Arthur even further. "Sorry, but do you know when the ceremony will commence? It's almost been an hour now," Arthur asked the jury member. "Oh, Arthur, don't look so tense. You did pretty well. Anyways, we should be starting soon. We're just waiting on the chairman to show. She got a little held up in traffic," the jury member said. "Oh, okay. I see," Arthur said. "Actually, there she is now. I think we are ready to go," the jury member said. As Arthur followed the jury member's gaze to the chairman on the other side of the room, his heart immediately sank to his stomach. Arthur moved closer to the stage to ensure his eyes weren't deceiving him. The closer he got, the more concrete his fear became as the chairman and other jury members walked on the stage. The chairman was none other than Jessica. As she finally stepped up to the podium after being presented by the MC, Jessica and Arthur shared a distinct look. Arthur looked on in shame and disbelief, while Jessica looked on in authority, no longer the begging young lady from the night before. Jessica explained to the crowd in attendance that she had done an experiment and only one hotel owner helped her. She then awarded the award to Arthur's competitor, who, unlike him, had shown compassion on Jessica and allowed her a small room for the night. After this, Arthur learned a valuable lesson and started treating his customers with more care and people in general. And while his business took a hit for a while, Arthur managed to revive his business based on his newly learned ethics. As Arthur did his best to apply compassion to his dealings and learned from his mistake and misjudgment, he slowly got back to his feet and became a better man.